Welcome to Girls Gone Hallmark, a Hallmark review podcast. I'm Megan, and I'm a longtime Hallmark fan.
I'm Wendy. I'm a former Hallmark hater.
On today's episode, we're discussing Snowbound for the Holidays, the third movie in Hallmark's Christmas in July lineup, which originally aired on Saturday, July 18th on the Hallmark Channel and is now streaming on Hallmark Plus. Hey, you should be following us on social media. Pick your poison. Instagram, Facebook, Threads, Blue Sky, we're Girls Gone Hallmark everywhere.
We also have a Patreon. I encourage you, if you just like our vibe.
Like when we go on a tangent, you're like, yes, that's Patreon.
That is Patreon. We just recorded our episode where we talk about, it's called Approved, and it's like things we use and are loving right now. And it was just like an hour episode of just talking, and then we sprinkled in some approved items. What are you looking at? My shoes? What's happening? You're scaring me.
Oh, your right foot. Oh.
I don't know. It's a piece of plastic, but it looks like in the shape of a lizard.
It was like flapping in the wind, and it looked like flapping in the wind. There was like a...
That was scary. Was that scary to you?
It was like flapping, and it looked like a bug was like...
Oh,
I could tell that it wasn't.
That terrified me. Okay. That's what you can expect from Patreon.
That's what you can get on Patreon.
Come join us over there. It's patreon.com/Megan and Wendy. I have a question for you about Christmas in July.
Yeah.
Well, what are your thoughts overall? This is the third of 4 movies.
Yeah. It's been just pretty meh, I'm going to be honest. The unfortunate thing is there have been a lot of actors I really like.
Yeah.
But the movies have been very formulaic and predictable and forgettable. Mm-hmm. I hate to be the Hallmark hater in this situation. I'm not a Hallmark hater. I have actually enjoyed watching Christmas movies. Although, as I told Wendy earlier, it did make me go into a little bit of a spiral about the fact that basically, in my mind, as soon as school starts, it's Christmas. Like Christmas.
Yeah.
I feel like I need to start August 1st. Mm-hmm. I enjoyed Christmas, and my husband's been watching a lot of Christmas movies, and I've kind of enjoyed that element of it. But I have not been particularly thrilled with the Christmas in July lineup.
Same. I kind of wish Hallmark would have thought it through a little bit. Either like do it well or not at all.
I agree with that because we're dealing, 2 of these movies have already aired. They're all acquisitions. Mm-hmm. This movie was filmed in 2024. I believe last week's movie also was filmed in 2024.
Correct.
These are movies that have been sitting on the shelf. Hallmark probably got a pretty good deal on them. So financially, maybe they're looking at like, hey, we made a little bit of money, or maybe we broke even. We can say we had 4 new releases in the Christmas in July lineup. We can add them to our overall countdown to Christmas numbers. But Sleepy Kitty Paw said it best, where she was saying, look, maybe this made financial sense, but at some point you need to balance financial sense with viewer goodwill. Mm. And if you're putting out dreck,
yeah,
then I think you lose some of that goodwill.
I think so too. Like I said, do it well or not at all. Like maybe don't put Christmas in July. Have they always done this? I mean, I know we've been doing this since 2020, but
yeah, they've been doing it for a long time. And the challenge on the business side of Hallmark is if you're going to put out new movies, you're not going to make the kind of money and you're not going to get the kind of viewership you will during the Christmas season. And so it feels like, well, we're not going to put our good stuff out then. So
I think that's a bad plan.
I do too. And I understand, like, they've been promoting Tyler Hines' movie, right? Which is unfair of me to call it Tyler Hines because the team behind that is so killer.
I'm so excited for this movie, having seen the preview.
Tell me what it's called again.
The Nights Before Christmas.
Thank you. It's Tyler Hines. It's Lacey J. Maley. It's written by Russell Hainline. It's directed by Lucy Guest. Like, this is a dream team on this movie. And I understand, like, of course, that's going to be a countdown to Christmas tentpole, as is a Grand Biltmore Christmas. Did I make that name up? The Biltmore revival. Yeah. Right? Like, Lacey's Disney movie. I understand that. I just think we need to be having a discussion. And maybe at the end of the day, they're like, well, the numbers shake out for us. I really don't know, but it's been underwhelming. This movie, I think, so far was my favorite of the 3 we've seen.
Same.
And honestly, it was the cast for me. It's not like the story was
Yeah, agree.
incredible. Overall, it's been underwhelming.
All right. You want to get into Snowbound for the holidays?
I do.
On that note. A ski lodge owner faces financial ruin and possible loss of his family's mountain retreat. As he grapples with mounting debt, a savvy hotel executive arrives to assess the property, setting the stage for an unexpected holiday adventure.
Christopher Giroux directed Snowbound for the holidays. This movie marks his 5th directing credit. Christopher was also the producer on last week's movie, Oh Little Christmas Market. He's only directed 5 movies? Mm-hmm.
He's got a ton of producing credits.
Got it. He has the company that made this week's movie and last week's movie. He was an EVP over there. He has since left and started his own production company.
Oh.
In 2026, he and his wife.
Interesting.
Yes.
Snowbound for the Holidays was written by Courtney McAllister and Tim
Stubinsky.
There it is. Courtney has several holiday movie credits under her belt, but this is the first film for either writer to make its way to Hallmark.
Vanessa Lengies stars as Cassidy. We last saw her on Hallmark in Take Me Back for Christmas in 2023.
Marcus Rosner stars as Trey. Hallmark fans will recognize him from Falling Like Snowflakes in 2024, and more recently, he's been playing Liam on Sullivan's Crossing.
Catherine Greenwood plays Joanne with 92 acting credits. She's currently appearing in the series Ghosts. You may also recognize her from the recent Lifetime movie When I Said I Do, starring Sarah Drew.
Skywalker Hughes plays Lily. She's currently starring as Mary Ingalls in the Netflix reboot of Little House on the Prairie.
Oh. Ron Lee plays Sam. Ron has a staggering 226 acting credits with 5 upcoming roles. His last time on Hallmark was in the 2023 Not So Royal Christmas.
Kay Drummond appears as Mayor Robinson. Hallmark fans recognize her from Christmas Island and To Have and To Holiday.
Hey, Wendy, what was your first impression of Snowbound for the holidays?
Forget the Walkman. I just know this man has an AOL email address.
My first impression is bonus points for real winter and real snow in this Christmas in July movie.
Excuse me, there was a lot of digital snow, too.
Oh, there was a lot of digital snow. Yes. Yes.
But the other snow, yes. It was definitely winter for sure. Mm-hmm. You sat down with Marcus and Vanessa.
I did.
You put out a little mini episode last week.
I did.
How was your chat with them?
They were so fun. We had 7 minutes. And
7 minutes is wild.
It was a press junket style and inside baseball. When Hallmark does these, they used to do them where we would all be on the same call and we would just rotate through all the podcasters and ask our questions. That's not super ideal because you have no idea what the other podcasters are going to. So I would always have like 30 questions in case everybody else had asked some version of my question. So now they're doing these individual style, which I do like, but you got to you have between 7 and 10 minutes. And so I really tried to make the most of our time. And fortunately, Marcus and Vanessa came to play. They were both fun and engaged.
Nice.
And just were having a good time. Marcus even commented at one point, he's like, I really love the speed at which you're speaking to maximize what we're going to get out of this. But they were so fun. And if I can just say, we've talked a lot recently about our soft spot for Marcus Rosner. He was great in this interview. He did not seem like just showing up to check a box, although I'm sure he was just showing up to check a box. He wasn't giving he was doing the job. I appreciated it. But Vanessa Lengies, I don't know if we've ever reviewed. Did we review Take Me Back for Christmas?
No.
That was a very cute movie. I liked it a lot. She's a damn delight. I very much enjoy her.
She's my number one like.
Uh-huh.
Can we talk about it?
Yeah.
I think I texted you and I was like, she's adorable.
Yeah.
Like you said, you've watched that other movie, what's it called?
Take Me Back for Christmas.
I've never seen it. I think I would like it based on
yeah, because she's so cute.
not even that. I think the fans really like that movie.
Yes.
And I believe that was a Christmas in July movie, was it not? Many years ago, 2023. I think it was a Christmas in July movie.
Okay.
She made Cassidy easy to root for from the beginning. She was very likable. I thought sometimes the dialogue was a little too polished. But I thought that Vanessa made it sound like something a real person would say. And I thought that she would react to her scene partners. She wasn't just reciting lines.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought that she made every interaction feel very genuine on like especially the stuff with the actress Skywalker Hughes who plays the daughter, Lily. Like those scenes were super believable to me. How old is Vanessa? And I know you said she
40.
has what?
My husband said the same thing. He goes, there's a huge age gap here. And I was like, no, there's not. He was like, Marcus is so much older than she is. I was like, no, he's not. He's younger than she is.
Really?
And so when I did the interview, he goes, ask her what her skincare routine is because she looks
Your
like
husband?
a child. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. Did you ask? I haven't listened to the episode yet.
No, I did. There was no time for that. But no,
should we have Vanessa back on just to chat with her for fun?
I think she's a very interesting human. I started following her on Instagram. I'm sad that we weren't. She has a very cool vibe. She's doing like, I texted you last night. She's doing like spirit readings or some sort of card readings, and she's starting a TikTok for it. And
you didn't text me that last
yes,
night.
I did. And I'm shocked that you didn't respond because
There it
I
is.
told you that the name of her TikTok is
Big Deck Energy. God, I love her already. I just 10 points more for her.
And she even was like, I love the name of your podcast. So I appreciated that.
Big Deck Energy, which is real funny considering
know.
the Marcus Rosner connection. If you know, you know. If you listen to any of our reviews of Ride,
I kind of hope Marcus never has.
I'm dying to know. If you identify as a man and you hear someone say that they think you have BDE, don't you kind of take that as a compliment?
Yeah.
Even as a woman,
What?
if someone had told me, Wendy, I feel like you have BDE, I'd be like, fuck yeah, I do.
Oh, yeah. I'm a bad, you know what?
Yeah.
Yes, I do. It's meant as a compliment for sure.
Absolutely.
But it just makes me a little bit uncomfortable, like saying these things and then talking to the person.
I would be more eloquent, which I don't often have the capability of doing, but it's about his aura.
Yes,
You know what I mean? Yes, it's a compliment for sure.
So what did you think of Marcus in this movie?
I thought he was great in this movie, to be honest. Like you said, like I do have like a soft spot for him. I've been in 2 rooms with him.
Yeah.
Never actually have spoken to him face to face. I don't know how I missed that opportunity yes, I do know how that opportunity did not pan out last year. That's something we'll never talk about. But we never got to really chat with him
No.
last year when we were in the
Through no fault of Marcus's, by the way.
None.
It's not like he was like too good for anybody. No.
Not at all.
He was of the people.
Right, exactly. So I do have a soft spot for him. And as I was watching this movie, I was like, oh, I think I love this movie. But I think it was like the actors that made me like the movie.
Yes, 1,000%.
I really didn't love the movie, if I'm being...
I didn't love the story, but watching it was very pleasant because Marcus and Vanessa and some of the other actors too, who we'll get to, but I just thought they were so fun to watch. There were a lot of fun elements, but they had fun chemistry. They didn't have like hot, steamy, flying off the screen, that kind of chemistry, but they just seemed to be genuinely having a good time.
Right.
They both seem like kind of cool people.
Yeah.
It was fun to watch. And that was the consensus in our Facebook group too, that the movie itself, I don't know if you saw the thread that was posted this morning, basically that the movie itself, meh, but Marcus and Vanessa were really fun. And in fact, one of our Facebook group members was like, Vanessa could carry a series. Like
100%.
Yeah, I don't know why she's not getting more made for Hallmark work, because she's a good time.
Good question. And Marcus too, to be honest.
That's true.
Marcus too. Like I told you, he hasn't been on Hallmark since 2024. I know he has like his own production company. And what I really liked, first of all, in terms of Marcus, I like that he's playing as this widow dad, this single dad to a teenager. Yes. I love that. And I actually really thought these two together, Marcus and Skywalker, which by the way, that's such a cool name.
Yeah.
Props to her parents who are, I'm guessing, Star Wars fans.
Do they call her Sky, I wonder?
I don't know, but it's just a cool name. Anyway, I just love the dynamic, the father-daughter dynamic between these two. Mm-hmm. And while Marcus is great, I just thought the Skywalker Hughes was so adorable.
She was excellent. Following a trend, my husband did watch this movie with me. He declared her the star of the movie.
Oh.
I just thought she was a scene stealer. Like, she's on screen. She's very strong. She has the next Hallmark star vibes to her.
Does it make you want to watch Little House now on Netflix?
Kind of.
She plays Big Sister Mary Ingalls in it. We've had a lot of chatter from the Facebook group of people wanting us to give a first impression of Little House or review it or asking us if we've watched it and have heard that it's excellent.
I would like to watch it. I don't know if you and I will be reviewing
No.
it. Life's wacky, guys. We're doing our best. We're doing our best.
Yeah. Let's get back to this movie.
What else did you like?
I'm a sucker for a project-based Hallmark movie.
Oh, mm-hmm.
So if you got a deadline, an event, a business problem to solve, these are the kind of movies that I'm most invested in.
A Christmas fest on Christmas Eve.
That's a problem, but I'm into a Christmas fest and like trying to make it come together. I think it gives stories structure and then it lets like a relationship unfold naturally. So I was into that. And I thought Cassidy had lots of ideas and I was like, yo, Trey, you need some help because your world is falling apart. So let
1,000%.
Cassidy help you do the damn thing. What is on your leg, my dear?
Me?
Yeah. Did you get a tattoo?
No, it's a bug bite patch.
Oh.
Did I get a tattoo? Yeah, I got a ladybug tattoo.
I was like, what is happening? I didn't know it was a bug bite patch. Hilarious.
They're for children, but they work.
Whatever.
That's where they're from.
Dollar Tree.
Did you get a tattoo?
I was like, what is that? Well, I was talking about Trey accepting Cassidy's help.
Yes.
She knew what was going on. She knew what was up.
Yes. Yes, that is absolutely in my wishes. I like that we squash our faux beef real quickly. Like, Cassidy was like, oh, the bellhop's going to help me to my room. It's kind of a silly mistake. Like, you should know that this small lodge probably is like the owners are doing the work.
Yeah, but I think she's from the resort world, though.
Yes.
So maybe she
was envisioning a larger staff.
Yeah.
And he kind of takes it in stride. Like, he is kind of like thinks it's funny that she treats him that way. And then the next morning she's like, I'm sorry, I didn't realize who you were. And then it's over.
Yeah, I didn't even clock that as beef, really.
Yeah, it was pretty mild, but we weren't like manufacturing conflict here.
Yeah. I have one more like. Mm-hmm. I actually thought the Walkman scene was surprisingly sexy without trying too hard. You know, when he puts the Walkman on her ears and then they do have like this awkward like dance, but then like he pulls her in and I thought it was kind of sexy. It like gave them some room, their chemistry room to breathe a little bit.
I gotta tell you, I really liked the Walkman. I liked it as a set piece. I liked it as a character defining element for Trey. My final I loved the snow tubing scene.
Did you?
I did. I thought it was really fun. It translated. It looked like they were having a genuine good time. The other time, you know, when Trey gives Cassidy the lights to untangle and he turns around and she's like all tangled up.
Yeah.
And he comes over and he's like, let me help you out. I'm like, she kind of laughs. It looks like a real laugh and I just thought it was a very cute moment. It's in one of the promos for the movies if you've seen it.
They have a lot of really cute moments together.
They really did.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have guessed. Like, if you're lining up all the Hallmark stars and you're like, match them up, I'm not sure I would have put these two together.
Oh, really?
I thought they were very cute together.
Yeah.
Let's take a quick break and we'll come back to talk about our wishes.
Okay.
You mentioned it, but Trey needed to be willing to accept Cassidy's help much sooner. You can't have it both ways. You want to keep the lodge. The lodge isn't making enough money. The lodge is falling apart. You're trying to run this festival. You need help. She's here. she's willing. Just let her do it, man.
Let me piggyback on top of that. Because throughout this entire movie, I never completely understood what Trey was trying to save here. Many times in the movie, they talk about like preserving the lodge, right? And at one point he says like, this is where Lily grew up. This is, you know, I don't want to take her home away from her. And I was like, oh, okay, that's what we're trying to save. And then at another point, he's talking about like, oh, no, the lodge is about like the heart of the people and connecting with the people and like doing this and whatever.
His motivation was unclear.
Totally to me, totally unclear. I was like, sir, you don't have electricity.
Yeah.
You need some help here.
Yeah.
You know, and he's talking about like, oh, it's really not the community, that's the wrong word, but like our guests that like have an experience when they're here. I'm telling you, as a guest, if I booked a vacation and then they lost electricity and I'm standing in the lobby with my phone flashlight asking what the hell's happening, and he's trying to like, it's a 1-star Yelp review. Like, I'm not coming back. Like, this is,
well, especially because
charming.
Right, especially because losing electricity wasn't their fault. Like, it was a power company issue.
know,
but you need to be prepared. Like, you need to have the backup generator so that your guest's experience isn't interrupted, because you're offering a hospitality experience. They had so many things working against them. Like, things were falling apart, and they also didn't have enough guests, and they just had to make all this money. And he was so digging in on like I'm a real analog guy. Like, here's my notebook. Well, it's not working.
Yeah.
And again, he got there, but it just took maybe like a beat too long. He maybe was digging in just like a little bit too much. And Cassidy was so good. She was like, yeah, I sent you the spreadsheet, but here, I printed it out for you too. Like, best of both worlds. Here we have it all. Like, we can make your world work with, you know, with the new era. But you're going to need a spreadsheet. You're going to need to digitize some of this.
Well, and this is such a like a pet peeve of mine, but when like businesses don't have a social media presence.
Yes.
And she's like, oh, I created this for you or whatever. And he's so like anti, right? Maybe reminded me of somebody. But I was like, I don't know how you're doing business in 2026 without a social media presence.
Absolutely.
It's free promotion.
Yeah.
You know,
and your guests need someone to tag when they're like taking their family photos. They need to be able to tag your lodge so somebody else can recreate that experience.
Exactly. So I do find the analog of it all kind of fun, but also I don't want it to be a hindrance to his success either.
Yes, agree on all points. Have you ever skied?
Yeah, once or twice.
So I learned to ski as an adult. I was in my mid-20s. I snowboarded as a teenager. I was not good at either of those things. Okay, let me be very clear. I learned to snowboard with some friends. We've all heard the story of me falling off the ski lift and then 5 minutes later breaking my wrist in a separate fall in Tahoe.
I've never heard this story.
Oh, sure you have. I was in college. My parents and I were going to Tahoe. I invited a boy who I was like not dating, you know, one of those like refused to define the relationship situations. Getting on the ski lift, I was with said boy and my brother, and we got separated. So I was by myself on the ski lift.
On Black Diamond. All by yourself.
Yeah. And I hesitated getting off the ski lift because that's the worst part.
Yeah.
And I panicked. And so I jumped and kind of like tumbled down the hill a little bit. I was fine. Less than 5 minutes later, I would fall so spectacularly that my hat was in one direction, goggles in another direction. This is pre-helmets, y'all. Everything was off, and I was like an imprint in the snow. Had to be snowmobiled off the mountain.
Oh, Megan.
And my mom had to take me to urgent care. And when we came back, and I'm in a brace to pick up the rest of our family, one of the snow patrol guys was like, "Oh, were you the one who fell off the lift?" And I said, "Yes." And he goes, "Oh, is that when you broke your wrist?" And I said, "Actually, no." I had to admit that I'd fallen twice that day. Anyway, I learned to ski as an adult, and I famously said skiing would be great if there was not a single other person on the mountain. Nobody's learning to ski in one day like Sweet Cassidy did.
Yeah. She just like took off for it.
Obviously, they have doubles. All her shots are real tight. And by the way, Vanessa is pregnant filming this, so they're not going to put her on real skis. Vanessa said that in our junket. I'm not like revealing like secrets that I found out. She was very open about that. And they even said like,
that's why she was like, oh, it's brisk. And then puts like a cover over her face. That's not really, obviously it's not really her skiing. So like the cover on the face is like hiding whoever the body double is.
Yes.
Got it.
Marcus said he had doubles too. They both had doubles for their skiing moments. I would love to see someone who's actually, like flashback to that Finding Mr. Christmas moment where they put those guys on skis in that scene and they have to like slide in as the snow patrol.
Yeah.
I would love to see someone actually learning to ski and they're just like, pizzaing their way down the mountain.
Here's my other big wish is that when Cassidy discovers that Asherton's plans are more ambitious than everybody realized, I expected this to be like the big turning point of the movie. Like, oh, this guy's trying to do you dirty. And it just is like a whiff of a, like she tells, I can't even remember, her mom maybe? I went over there and I heard this, like, show us this. Don't just tell us this. Anyway, I just thought it was not that satisfying.
All right, let's talk. Did you see that?
Okay.
First of all, the mayor gives her a big speech and she's like, we sold 275 lanterns, which is a lot of money, by the way, because they were like $10 each.
Yeah.
But then they light like 20 of them.
Yeah, they like show the sky and it's just like a row.
I was like, God, get some B-roll of some lanterns in the sky,
totally.
Please. Like, I understand we're not going to see all of them. You're just going to see a couple people lighting them, but at least give like a big scene of all these lanterns flying through the air.
I know we've talked about lanterns before. First of all, like, is this something that they do in Southern California? Because I just feel like that's a fire waiting to happen.
I think so too. I don't understand. Like, do they just like burn out?
I don't. But then wouldn't it still be hot where it lands?
I don't know. They make me nervous too, honestly, whenever I see them.
We're in like such a fire prone area. I can't imagine. Like, I would like to participate in one though. I think
they do.
Cool.
They're beautiful. Yes, they look fun. I kind of feel like I've seen social media ads for them happening. Maybe they happen like at the beach.
Oh, but then they land in the ocean unless they were like, whatever. What else you got?
This is just a nitpicky thing, but that Asherton, I don't know what his name is, the bad guy, the rival lodge owner, he talks about how like they're having an issue, like all these lodges are drawing too much power. The power company is like, preserve power. And then they're like, well, Asherton started all these new events like snowmobiling and sleigh rides, pulling extra electricity. Could you not have thought of something else that he's using to pull extra electricity? Because neither of those things use snowmobiles, gas, sleigh rides, horses. I don't know what is happening here. Like, pick something else. Be like, he put up 100,000 Christmas lights and is drawing all this electricity or something. Which, by the way, Trey does the same thing because Trey at the beginning, they kind of hint at this because Trey says, oh, the power company says not to like use excess electricity. And he's like, we're not using any more than we usually do. And then that's kind of a clue that like something nefarious is going on. And but then, shortly thereafter, Cassidy's like, we got to get this place decorated. And they put up all these lights outside. Yeah. Like, we're not conserving electricity. I understand you do need the lights, but maybe there was the stories aren't lining up here.
Yes.
I'm just nitpicking. Want me to keep going?
Sure.
Making a mistake on a social media post, as Cassidy does. First of all, I was like, of course, this guy is so anti-social media. She puts up all these posts. She makes a mistake. People show up a day early. That's my nightmare. And I did that. I messed up a podcast episode last week. So I was like, well, this is my living nightmare right here. So.
She's like, oh, I must have put the wrong detail. I mean, that's a detail that should be checked and double checked.
Oh, absolutely. Now I have a question for you. Sam and Joanne at one point, I think it's right after the Walkman scene that you talked about earlier.
Yeah.
They walk up and off camera, you hear Sam say, are you finally ready to marry me?
Okay.
And then it's never addressed. And they're like, it's never addressed again.
I don't even know if I caught it.
Like, was there a conversation that was cut?
Oh, maybe. Because they did have history. Like, she like loved him
see
as
that picture.
children or whatever, right?
Yes. I don't know if that's just like a joke from their childhood, if
No.
there's more story. Anyway, tell me what you got.
The Walkman scene when he puts the headphones on her, they're on backwards. Like, do you remember how like a Walkman headphone would sit on your ears and like there's clearly like
A right and a wrong.
yes,
They're angled in a certain direction.
correct. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. He could have just turned them
Especially because they're not actually playing music.
right. But man, like I had such a like vivid memory of like the scratchy foam. It kind of like our microphone cover thing right now, like that scratchy foam on your ears. Wow. Another Walkman scene that I thought was really funny is, you know, when she goes chasing down the hill after him and he's skiing and she's like yelling after him. We get a POV, like he's listening to his Walkman, but we get the POV of like what he's listening to. Like, and it's like, it might even be like Christmas music or something like that. I just laughed out loud because I thought it was a funny technique to show. He's just lost in his own world of like listening to his music. And I don't think it's unheard of. I think a lot of like skiers and snowboarders like listen to headphones.
Absolutely.
Right? It was just so funny. I just thought it was really funny.
Even if they're not, get the wind whipping in your ears. You wouldn't be able to hear it anyway.
Blink and you will miss it. But at one point when they show like the Christmas Fest booths.
Yeah.
There's a can of Manwich. Do you know what Manwich is?
Yeah, like Sloppy Joe in a can.
On one of the counters of the.
How bizarre!
I was like, why? Why? I'm like, they must sell it still.
Maybe in Canada. I bet they sell Manwich. I feel like I used to see commercials for it, like during the Price is Right.
Yeah, totally. And one last, did you see that? If you only watched with subtitles, which I did.
It's still available. $1.99 at Ralph's, by the way.
Okay.
Manwich.
Does it have meat inside of it, or is it just like a sauce base that you add to ground beef?
The image looks like it has meat. Hold on. Sloppy Joe sauce. Just mix this canned sauce with lean ground beef or ground turkey, then heat and serve.
Okay. Meat not included.
Meat not included.
My last did you see that is a subtitle. It's when Cassidy is looking for Trey, and somebody's like on a walkie. Like they're like, "Has anybody got eyes on Trey?" And they say, "Yeah, he's in the ski shop." But on the subtitle it says he's in the tea shop. And I just laughed. I was like, wait, does this lodge have like a tea situation? And then next scene, he's like cleaning skis or something. I was like, oh, ski shop.
I didn't have captions on mine.
A lodge with a tea, shop is kind of appealing to me.
Sure.
And
tell him to get on that.
Yeah. Trey, you need a tea shop. That's all I got.
He's like, I got my lobby hot cocoa.
Lobby hot cocoa with a label that you write your name on.
But they put the cocoa, did you notice? It's in like a glass carafe.
No, I didn't notice.
Like a glass drink dispenser. I'm like,
oh.
I understand that they wanted people to know that it's hot cocoa, but it needs to be in
one of those, what is that called? What is that called?
I know.
The silver ones.
Yes, that's insulated.
Yeah.
It stays hot.
Yeah.
Because I don't want room temp cocoa.
Ew.
Okay. What did you rate this movie?
I gave it 3.25 stars.
Oh, me too.
It was the best that we've gotten so far. Mm-hmm. Not one that I would seek out again, but like if it came on like in December.
Give me more Marcus and Vanessa.
Yeah, agree.
And Skywalker.
Yep.
Hey, thanks for listening to this episode of Girls Gone Hallmark. If you love this podcast, we do really love your 5-star ratings and reviews. And if you're not already following Girls Gone Hallmark in your podcast app of choice, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Overcast, wherever you listen, just click the follow button because that helps us out too. We'll be back next time with more Hallmark reviews. Goodbye.
Bye.
All right, friends, before we go, just a quick heads up. You're about to hear some ads. These little gems help us keep the show running and the Hallmark love flowing. So do with that info what you will. Grab a snack, hit the skip button, or maybe, just maybe, listen in and discover your new favorite product. Bye.